Now, the Greek word, you may have heard this before. The Greek word for baptism used in these last two examples is the word baptízō. Okay, it's the verb, baptízō. And it literally means to immerse. And in the scriptures, when it talks about baptism, it talks about baptízō. It talks about immerse. And it originally wasn't even a religious word. Like, it wasn't that they were like, hey, we got to come up with a word. Now that we're Christians, that we're following Jesus, we got to come up with a word. What's the word going to be? How about baptizo? No, this was a word that had been around. It was in the vernacular of the day. They used it to describe dipping cloth into dye until it was completely changed in color. You baptizoed that. Or are you talking about a ship that took on water and sunk to the bottom? They used the word baptízō. So you want to make a tie-dye shirt, Phil? You baptízō that shirt, buddy. Okay? Did you see that movie, Titanic? Guess what happened? That ship, it baptizoed. That's the word. There was actually even, I love this, there was an ancient Greek pickle recipe. Any pickle people on here? Yeah. Okay. Pickle recipe. Ancient. Before this, before Jesus, and before how people were showing that they followed Jesus, there was an ancient pickle recipe that said you had to, and they used the word baptízō, the cucumber, in a brine until it was totally transformed. Now, if you really like pickles, you know, like, you don't get just a cucumber and someone come by and sprinkle a little vinegar on it and some salt, and then it's suddenly a pickle. That cucumber sits in there for a while. Nowadays, refrigerated pickles, you can do it like 48 hours, you know. But otherwise, like the old school version, you put it in that brine, it's several weeks for that cucumber to be transformed into a delicious pickle, right? And it's been baptizoed. It's been immersed. And in that process, the cucumber changed. It even changes its whole name, and it becomes a pickle. And guess what? That pickle, you can never like, I'll just keep rinsing it with water, and maybe one day it'll become a cucumber again. No, it is, once it's fully immersed, it is a pickle. And this is the image that was used to talk about people who had said yes to Jesus. What do you do? What is your response? How do you show that your life is different? Baptízō. You're fully immersed. And this is the picture that the Bible gives us. Baptism is not just a quick sprinkle of religion on your life, okay? Let me do that thing. It's being fully immersed into Jesus so deeply that you can't help but be changed. So who knew that a pickle would give you an example of what it means to be fully immersed in Jesus? Baptism is the external sign of an internal reality.